Hey, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rhonda. Welcome. If you're returning and you're watching another video, thank you for coming back. I hope that I'm going to be sharing something that will be interesting to you. I'm actually going to be starting a new Bible study, and it is from the Daily Grace Code. It's the story of redemption. So it's literally going to be touching on all of the books of the New Testament, starting with Matthew. So while I was sitting there getting ready, kind of planning because I'm going to start it tomorrow, I thought, you know what? I'm going to take you along on the journey with me and show you what I do to kind of get started and prep myself before I start a new study, and then kind of how I continue on each day, because sometimes I can get a little ahead of myself and I want to hurry up and get to the next one. And this year I'm really trying to slow myself down, slow my roll, to really understand what I'm studying. So this year is my year of intention. So I am going to be intentionally slowing down as I'm going through these. Last year I read through the Bible, and it was more of a how much can I read, because I have this big thick Bible that I wanted to get through. I started on a reading plan. I found that I did not like the skipping back and forth, of the Old Testament, the New Testament, like that. So I just kind of took it upon myself just to read it like a novel, actually. So I just read from Genesis to Revelation all the way through. And in the middle of those, I would sprinkle in a little Bible study. So I studied Ephesians and Galatians and James, and those I did through the daily grace studies. So they were kind of guided. And so this year, I want to be a little bit more intentional, so that when I'm in the studies, that I'm actually retaining what I'm reading. Because, when you're reading through the Bible, there's some things in there that are really hard to get through. And that I would take up with the YouVersion Bible app, and I would pick my voice and my narrator, whoever I wanted to read it to me, and I would let them read it to me so that I could get through that chapter. But then, as I've kind of gotten back into it this year, I'm picking up on things that the narrator may have been reading to me that I didn't catch because I really wasn't paying attention. And that's why this year my desire for my studying is going to be intentional. So that's where I'm headed this year. So I thought I would just turn you around, let you check out how I kind of set up to get a story or my studies get set up for my study. Say that 3 times fast. But anyway, hold on. It's going to take me a minute because I got to stop this churning around and jump back on. Be right back. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to be completely honest. This is my first time trying to do a video where I am like my hands are here. Hi guys. But bear with me, because you learn as you go. It's in the experiences that you get the direction. So anyway, so I am using the ESV by Crossway. It's a single column journaling Bible. It's the leaf pattern. I'm going to be honest also, I did not like this Bible. I bought this Bible last year because of the coloring of the pages. The pages are cream, and I just had not worked with that color before. I've always had white, really thin Bible pages, and I'm actually finding it's a little bit easier on the eyes to read it. So this is the Bible that I'm using, and how I set it up is I got these from How to Faith a Life. She has them, and I just printed them off, cut them off. It's for each of the books of the Bible, and I put it in the front. I just kind of washi tape it into the seam. I did the same thing for my Galatians study, and then I actually made just little notes on the back. But yeah, so this Bible is strictly my study Bible for this year. So anything that I actually want to dive deep into is going to be done in this Bible. I have a daily reader that I read for my quiet time, and this is going to be for my studying. So as you can see, I was getting ready and decided to bring you along. So this is the Story of Redemption. It's volume 4. There are, of course, 3 other volumes, but I wanted to dive into the last part, into the New Testament. And what this study is, it goes through every one of the books of the New Testament. Chapter, you get 2 or 3 chapters at a time. Then it has some, questions to get you thinking at the end. So that's my goal. It's not going to be something that I think I'm going to get through fairly quickly. Like I said, intention is what I'm going to work on. So I'm really going to slow it down and not put a timeline on that. So this is what I'm going to be using as my study guide. But I always do this before I start any new book, and I got this also from Daily Grace, and this is just kind of a outline handbook. It tells you what the themes are, because when you start like a new book of the Bible, you kind of want to know what to expect so that you're not just kind of jumping in and reading it and missing the boat, kind of like what I did last year. Just kind of like read through it. I really wasn't looking for anything other than I have read through the whole Bible in a year. That was kind of my goal last year. So this actually has the themes, a little introduction to the book, kind of gives you an eyeball so you can kind of get a feel of where they were when this was taking place. And then it goes on to Mark. And so what Faith has done, she has kind of compiled a kind of a little cliff note. So I like to stick that in there. That way I can flip back to it and see what each chapters are broken down to. And the last thing I have is always my commentary. I love looking at a commentary because it talks to me when I can't pick up what Jesus is trying to say. So, and then when I read this and I go back, then it's like crystal. I'm like, oh my gosh, of course that's what it says. I can understand that now, and it makes more sense to me. So I use that quite often. I never go to this first. I never go to the commentary or any other resource first. I really try to read in context what the Bible is telling me, because ultimately everything is scripture. Everything should be focused on scripture. Anything that you pull into that is just gravy. You just kind of want to dab a little bit here and there, but you really got to hone in on what the scripture says. And then I decide on which colors I wanted to use, but here's what I did. I changed my mind last minute because I feel this color is a little too dark. Maybe. I don't know. Because when I come on this side, there's some ghosting there. It's not that it's bled through, but there is some ghosting. And I noticed when I was doing back here, I used another color that was similar to this. And I don't know. I love the way the pages feel after they have been read and written on and highlighted. I just love that feeling. So I haven't quite decided whether this one will survive the cut, but we shall see. So anyway, I just like to, I saw this on a Instagram girl that I follow. I liked the way she kind of highlighted what her colors were the theme she was gonna be. But then I wrote up there, I decided I didn't like that color, so I got this color, which was pretty close. Got my green, and then these are kind of, they may be a little too dark, so I may go out. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That'll come in time. And so what I've decided to do this time is just to go through and highlight every one of the headings, just to kind of make it a little bit easier for me to reference through. And so I'm just really preparing my pages, that's all. And then today I'm going to start by reading the first 3 chapters, because that is according to day 1. We're reading Matthew 1 through 3. And those are the genealogies. And I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to read each one of them, even though I can't pronounce them. I'm really going to make an effort to work through that. But yes. So anyway, that's kind of how I am setting up to tackle the New Testament this year, with intention and not just reading through it and, kind of pulling out the fluff. I want to know and, and just kind of relate a little bit better to what I'm reading and soaking it in. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, since this is a new channel and I'm really trying to just kind of get started and feel my way around how all of this works, I am wide open to suggestions. Be nice though, you know, don't be all ugly and send your bots after me or nothing like that, because I have read some people's comments and it breaks my heart that they people say stuff like that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'll get better. Have a great rest of your day.